This is Zebra Family Channel, family. I would love to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Dumelang, wherever you are around the world. Have you subscribed in our channel? Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bravo, bravo, family. Family, I've came across this video whereby a white farmer ran a young child, accusing that child of stealing orange or oranges in his farm or wherever that was. And the story is like it's pushed under the carpet. He is in court. But we don't understand why this story is not blowing up on internet, because we have AfriForum. We haven't had AfriForum talking about the story of a white farmer running a black kid with his tractor. He ran him over.
A white South African farmer appeared in court on Monday, charged with the attempted murder of a 6-year-old black boy. That's after accusations he ran over the child with a tractor, breaking both his legs. Christoffel Stoneman is charged with deliberately injuring Kwesi Yankees after accusing the child of stealing an orange from his farm. The case has heightened racial tensions in the Western Cape province. Sarah Bakamela is the cousin of Yankees.
I don't feel like this case must be taken lightly. I feel the state must do and the government must just make an example so that even the next person who thinks he went off, he still feels he can do the same thing, he must know that the law will deal with him duly.
Family members of both Stoneman and Yankees were present in the courtroom.
Previously, late last year, a white farmer fed his pigs with black people. What do we call this? When AfriForum goes overseas and perpetuate lies that there is white genocide in South Africa. Why are we so quiet when AfriForum is doing this in our own country? Where is the government in power? Where is the president to take a strong decision about what AfriForum is doing? Because the picture AfriForum is painting in the US about our country, it's not a good picture, and it's a lie. There is no white genocide in South Africa, and there is no land that is taken from Afrikaners.
When the majority
having no land when they are majority, but the minority is owning 80% or 70% of the land when they are just 10%.
When the majority
Are staying in shacks. That's why we find this kind of Kleinfontein, Oriana. Because at the end of everything, this kind of Oriana and Kleinfontein is going to be a problem. Because as they group themselves together, they don't want their secrets to be seen. We don't know whether they are doing trainings in their camps or what they are doing to fight against our people. Because they feel threatened. You know, when I look at all this, what is our intelligence doing? Because our intelligence now should be in all the farms, putting too much surveillance on the farms. As we know now, there's another guy from the UK who is in Cape Town. He wants Cape Town to be separated from South Africa. He was not a born South African, but he come in the country and perpetuate or feed those minority to take over Cape Town as a separate state. Exactly what is happening in Oriana, where they have their own currency. A lot of things are happening in those places. I am happy to see the EFF taking on the Oriana problem. And the MK has tried to take on this issue of Kleinfontein. Because we must never be deceived that there is nothing that is happening behind those closed doors of Oriana and Kleinfontein. There is a lot of things that are going on. I remember when Mtswaledi was the Minister of Immigration, there were people who came through the US and came into the country, and they were forced into the country as asylum seekers. And when Mtsoaledi fight this, he did not win it, but he tried to fight it. Where are those people? We might take this thing as a small thing, but there's something behind that. Were they pushed to come to this country for a certain mission, or there's something that we don't know? Family, I will leave this to you. What do you think about this farmer, white farmer, who has run this kid with his tractor? Drop your comment respectfully. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Ngiyanithanda nonke ngothando lukaLove. Ngithi kini bantu bakithi noma ngabe izindlu zodaka kusekhaya la. Let's fight until we win. Amandla. Bravo, bravo, bravo.